Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, Friday, the 17th of July 2015. This is John FARACLAS from Allaboutshipping in Athens with the latest on the shipping markets, the respective indexes, and geopolitics affecting same. Good news, finally, the Baltic Dry Index was up yesterday at 1,009 points, breaking the threshold of 1,000, and today it was up 39 points at 1,048 points. This is an overall of 174 points up since last week's 774 points. That's good news. We are almost halfway through the 2,274 points, so we need another 55% to be precise to reach the levels of December 2013. And this is important. The BCI, the capers, up 101 points at 1,712, up 331 points since last week's 1,381 points. And our favorite size, the Panamax, with the respective BPI index, up 13 points at 1,162, up 110 points since last week's 1,052 points. The Supras, up 23 points at 846, up 69 points since last week's 767. And finally, the BHSI, the Handys, was up just 10 points at 427, an overall of 33 points up since last week's 394 points. The wets with the respective two indexes, the BDTI, the Baltic Dirty Tanker Index, was up 16 points at 840, which though was 17 points down since last week's 857. And lastly, the BCTI, the cleans, up 12 points at 848 and an overall of 11 points since last week's 837. Price of oil, region $50, further down. Be on guard, this might trigger a bit of a geopolitical upsets. Now, geopolitics, all eyes on Greece now. Finally, last weekend, just after our 28th report, because today is our 29th, a recapitulation of the markets at Brussels, there was an agreement after a very turbulent weekend. The Greek Prime Minister managed to clinch a deal with the great assistance of France's Prime Minister, Mr. Hollande, and others like Mr. Juncker and others there. I believe that this is the best so far, but we need this to go through the Greek Parliament. It went through, and here we have some rebels. Mr. Tsipras is liberals, his lefty side, what I call the lefty loony side of Syriza, with 39 rebels. That is now what it will cause a very big issue. And a few hours ago, with a bit delayed due to the raging fires again in Greece, 60 altogether, there has been a reshuffle of Greece's parliament and particularly the government. The government has been reshuffled, with the exception now of the Speaker of the House, and we will wait to see what will happen to Mrs. Konstantopoulou. So, Greece, still a lot to go. France, Finland and Germany have voted in their parliaments a yes to assist the Greeks. The bailout is between 80 and 86 billion dollars. So that delay of 6 months and the loss of Greece's minister, Mr. Varoufakis, at last, what was he doing? You know, the justice authorities should check what he was doing. So Mr. Tsipras had no option but, you know, he saw him the door. Now, other main issues. Ukraine. In Ukraine, it has been announced more fighting, as well as that the victims' luggage was looted from the fatal flight of MH17. And this is not nice for humanity. These things should, be reconsidered again. So the people on the ground, they haven't shown any respect whatsoever, whoever they are. That's very important. We go to Asia. In Indonesia, 2 volcanoes, they went up, Mount Rongga and Mount Gamalama. A lot of ash around, that's important. In Australia, we have some boycotting there, in the ISIS front now, and we have one major casualty here. An Egyptian vessel was hit, as it was claimed, by ISIS missile. That's not good news in Eastern Mediterranean. That's not nice. Brazil, Mr. Lula is going to be tried. I believe he might be tried, or he's facing corruption. These are not nice issues, and of course the shooting in Tennessee, 4 Marines lost their lives, and these are very, very important issues. Let's stick to the good things, the good market. We hope we didn't have any casualties in the fires raging in Greece. And of course, we invite you to come to the countries for all seasons, the country of the gods, visit Paxos and Dipaxi and the Ionian Sea, have a great time there. And of course, visit Cuba. The relations are going to be eased now. Raul Castro believes that lifting the embargo will open the doors for flourishing business between the superpower and Cuba. So let us, remember the good old days in Veradero. Personally, I had in other places in Cuba as a young child, and I hope we will visit with Mrs. Fond all these areas again. This is John FARACLAS from allaboutshipping.co.uk in Athens. We wish you a nice weekend, and be on guard on developments in Greece. We repeat, be on guard as we are entering 20 days with the banks closed. This is very, very serious. The serious people, we have to say that's the last thing here. They must come down to their senses before they come down to their knees and rock the Greek nation. Nobody will allow this, and we will show zero tolerance. This is very important. We Greeks were united, but we know when we should stop things that they will really affect our grandchildren and our great-grandchildren. Thank you very much. Have a lovely weekend. Over and out.